I welcome all the devotees for Bhagavad Gita class. This is a famous shloka of Bhagavad Gita. I think almost all the devotees will know it by heart. So we'll chant. Please chant after me on the mic. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 4, text number 7. We have been discussing in the previous shloka how the Lord descends. So in this shloka, we will learn why the Lord descends time to time. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
तदार्थानं समर्जनम्
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य
अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
So let us understand the Sanskrit. Yada yada hi dharmasya. Dharmasya means of dharma. Yada yada means whenever. That's how Sanskrit is spoken. Yada yada hi. Now hi means certainly. It's quite interesting that there is no specific time mentioned by the Supreme Lord, and Prabhupada and Srila Baldev Bhushan also will focus on this point. That yada yada means whenever. You cannot prescribe when. Whenever, jab bhi, whenever there is dharmasya glani, glani means decline, bhavati, happens. That means first line would mean whenever, certainly whenever there is dharmasya glani, there is decline of religion, O Bharata. Bharata means descendant of Bharat. Now this Bharat refers to, Bharat refers to Shakuntala Putra Bharat. And in that lineage, Arjuna was born. So Bharat. And this Bharat word will be used for many people. Sometimes it is used for Dhritarashtra, sometimes it will be used for Arjuna, sometimes it can be used for Yudhishthira. It all depends whom is being addressed. Everybody, like all of us, can be called ISKCON devotees. So, Vipin Prabhu, you are ISKCON devotee. And I can also say, Shubham, you are also ISKCON devotee. So like that. It describes the lineage. So first line is clear. Whenever there is decline of religion, the Lord appears. Now, I think by now you must be familiar with the word He. He is avadharanarthe. That means certainly we have discussed in the previous shloka that Lord also Maya Vayunam Jnanam Cha. Maya also means knowledge, wisdom. So Vayuna means wisdom. So Lord is very wise and is omniscient when there is decline of dharma. And not only that, what is the extent of decline of dharma for which the Lord has to appear personally? ये बहुत अच्छा श्लोक है. It may appear very simple, but Lord will not personally descend for a small decline. He will descend when dharma cannot be restored by anyone else. Just like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to propagate this Harinam Sankirtan, but the special dharma of Braj Bhakti could only be established by him. That was known to Advaitacharya ji. Other Vishnu forms can also establish bhakti, but that bhakti is not Braj Bhakti. I'm just giving one example. And the Lord appears, particularly Lord Krishna appears from Goloka to establish and give the process by which a person can attain to that. I'm just giving one example. So dharma, that means the Lord is omniscient. वो जान रहे हैं कि धर्म की ग्लानि हो रही है, and he is very much omniscient, and he will appear in his own way, in which he thinks dharma can be established, not by our own way. कुछ ग्रहण कर रहे हैं. Many times people will ask you, so much things are happening. Why the Lord is not descending? The Lord has already descended in the form of Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also in the form of his holy names, by which he is establishing the dharma. Does it make sense? So he is not dependent on our wisdom. He depends on his own wisdom by which he manifests himself. And abhyuthanam adharmasya. Dharma is declining and abhyuthan. Uthan, you understand? Uthan means rising. And abhyuthan means very nicely rising. I think that much Sanskrit everybody can understand. Kanupriya, understanding Sanskrit? No? Yes, easy, is it not? Uthan means rising and abhyuthan means very nicely rising. ठीक है. But don't always think that it is like this. Neta means leader and Abhineta does not mean leader. ठीक है. Abhi always does not mean increasing, but in this case, Abhyuthana means very nicely increasing. So what is that increases? Adharmasya. Whenever adharma is increasing, then tada means then. Atmanam. Atmanam means myself. Sarjami aham. Now you see, if you understand the literal meaning, then I create myself. Sarjami means what? I create. But you see, the Sanskrit is Atmanam Srajami Aham. I create myself. Is that a proper translation? No. Can I create myself? कुछ समझ में आ रहा है, my dear devotees? On Zoom also. What is the point of saying I create myself? That means I existed before my creation. Does it make sense? If I translate it like this, I'm doing wrong translation, then I create myself. Does it make any sense? Literally, it may make sense. Tada Atmanam Sajamyaham. Then I create myself. But it has no meaning here. Not only meaning here, but it has no meaning at all. What is the point of saying that I created myself? So the meaning is he manifests his form which is always existing. So you see, it may appear a very simple shloka, but so many intricacies are there. Are you able to get this? Okay. So tada atmanam srijamyaham means I manifest my form, just like, very interesting point regarding this. The form of the Lord is self-manifested. As Maharaj was explaining yesterday, again this point is hitting in front of us. Just like the form of Surya or sun is self-manifesting. There is no need of any other light source to see the form of the sun first. And there is no other way except the sun's causeless mercy by which he can be manifest to people. Are you able to understand these two things? In the night, you can't force the sun to appear. And you can't stop the sun to appear when he wishes to appear. Those things, I think you are able to follow the analogy with in context of Krishna. So when Krishna comes, the demons cannot say, now you go back. He comes and kills them nicely. हिंदी में क्या महाराज कहते ठंडा कर देते हैं सारे असुरों को. It's not that he's a kind of God when he appears and he will be crucified or something. No, it's not like that. It's very powerful. Not very powerful. Fully, extremely powerful. So these are the words we have to note in this shloka. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. See how Prabhupada translates? I descend myself. That is very nice. I descend myself. मैं स्वयं ही अवतरित होता हूँ. Hindi is very clear, is it not? I descend myself. In the sense, I don't send simply my representative. I personally come. So you see how Prabhupada is very nicely translating Srijami as avatarati, avatarami, something like that. He descends. So you see, we must understand the meaning of the words as the acharyas, as the spiritual preceptors are teaching us. Srijami, if you exactly translate as Srijami, it will be creation. I create, but it has no meaning in context to Krishna. So Srijami here means descends. ठीक है? Descend समझ में आ रहा है? Descend means you are from top, you descend down. हाँ? Srijami word is normally Srijami will mean I create, but Krishna is not creating his form. Krishna is manifesting his form by descending from the spiritual world. He manifests. Okay. This is really, Bhagavad Gita is really interesting, actually. Otherwise, you would have just known, आए भी ये श्लोक तो पता ही है हमने को क्या दिक्कत. We know this श्लोक. The बचपन से सुनते आए. When there is destruction of the dharma, sorry, Gita Bhushan commentary, when there is destruction of the dharma which is taught in the Vedas and appearance of a dharma, that which is opposed to dharma, I manifest myself, Atmanam Srijami. So you see, manifest myself. Now, what is something noticeable here? You see, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan is nicely explaining the word dharma. Dharma is not what you and me think. Yes, I think we got this point. Very amazing. See how he elaborates on it? Vedokta dharma. What is that? Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. Dharma is what? Dharma is what Lord has told. But then how the Lord has told? Through Vedas. What is that we have learned in Bhagavad Gita? Brahmakshar samadbhavam. Yagya Brahma. Yagya Brahmoodbhavam vidhi. Brahmakshar samadbhavam. Tasmat सर्वगतम ब्रह्मन नित्य यज्ञ प्रतिष्ठम यज्ञ ब्रह्मात् भवोस विद्धि. You understand that the yajnas are born from Brahma. Brahma means Vedas. Brahma Akshar Samudbhavam. And Brahma, that means Vedas, and are Udbhav or manifested from Akshar, from Krishna. Are you able to understand? So Dharma, which has been explained in Vedas, what is Dharma, is directly Lord's instruction. So if that instruction, which has to be followed for the good of the people, is not followed by them, there can be many reasons. First can be disinclination of the people in them in general, and more than that is lack of preceptors. Have you noticed that when people hear about dharma again and again, they tend to follow that dharma? For example, when people heard good again and again about wearing the mask, even if they don't want to wear the mask, they wear the mask. Normally we think, अरे कुछ नहीं होता है. That's what everyone feels. It doesn't, nothing happens. But they say, no, 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 no. You must wear the mask. You must wear the mask. Is it not? But suppose if nobody had told them, you would not be wearing mask. Kuch grahan kare, simple si baat. So now, one thing which we are learning is dharma means which is in Vedas. It is not, Vedas are not for Hindus and Muslims or something like that. It is for human beings. Because 5,000 or before that, there were no Hindus and Muslims. There was only Varnashram Dharma. So basically, Dharma refers to Varnashram Dharma. Clear? And within that Varnashram Dharma, the purpose of Varnashram Dharma is to satisfy Krishna. That means Bhakti Dharma. So when Bhakti is getting declined, people don't practice Bhakti, Krishna comes to establish that. Okay. Am I going too fast? No. The phrase Atmanam Srijami cannot mean I make my body. Clear? See, he hits, Baldev Vidyabhushan hits this point. You cannot say Atmanam. Atmanam means body. Shariranam Srijami na. You cannot say that I create my body. Since the eternal nature of his body has already been established, now some of my students will ask Prabhuji when it has been established. I don't know. I don't clearly remember. When was the eternal nature of Krishna established? Bahuni me vatitani janmani tavtarjana tanyaham ved sarvani natvam vetat parantapa. Is it not? You and me have taken birth. You remember and I don't remember. Sorry, you don't remember and I remember. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sometimes it happens in mistakes. Okay. And then ajopisanna vayatma hutanam ishwarupisan prakritim samavadhisthaya sambhavami atmamaya. So we have discussed these shlokas previously, which establish the eternal nature of the Lord. So you see, whenever Shastra is understood, hear very carefully. You have to hear it in totality. You cannot say this shloka only. You see this shloka in the light of other shlokas. So that means it's called Purva Parva. What has been said before has to match with what has been said later on. And what is being spoken later has to match with whatever has been spoken earlier. कुछ समझ रहे हैं बात? I think many of you will, whenever you have doubts in the mind, this doubt is because of feeling there is something was told earlier before and now something else is being told. समझते हैं इस बात को? It's called पूर्वापूर्व. Very complicated. ना पहले तो आप ये बोल रहे थे, अभी आप ये बोल रहे हैं. Is it not? So all the shlokas have to be understood that flow. That's why you see Lord has first established this shloka, Ajopisana Vyatma, and Bahunime Matitani, and then he speaks this Atmanam Srijamyam. So there is no scope for as the what is that atheistic interpretation that the Lord's form is created by someone or by himself. By himself, it doesn't make sense. What is the point? I create myself. What is the point? It doesn't. Anyhow, it doesn't make sense at all. Okay. Speak in the mic.
Even you said in this Bhagavatam that we have to see the all Bhagavatam shlokas in the light of Ete chants.
Yeah, I was just thinking it. You took my words. You are now able to read my mind also. I think very bad things also. But I was thinking about it, this shloka, you remember this, that wherever it is in the spoken Bhagavatam, that Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu, you have to understand the shloka in the context of that, what is that? No, what was that shloka? Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavatam, that Krishnastu Bhagavan Sim, the Krishna Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all other Vishnu expansions are expansions of Krishna. I have taken a sankalpa. I will not chastise anybody. I'm not chastising. I'm requesting. Are you able to follow? क्या बोल रहे हैं? इतना कठिन तो नहीं है ना? Why we are focusing? Because people do say, these Mayavadis say that Brahman is there. From that Krishna is manifesting. This is the highest offense to Krishna. Everything else Krishna can tolerate, but this is highest offense. Krishna has him. इसलिए wherever this somebody gives. May point out, see, this is the famous shloka. See, Srijami, what is there? So you have to show him the previous shloka also. Okay? Thus, there is no fixed period for my appearance, such as every 1,000 years. Now, this is quite interesting. Very interesting. I'm quite enthused to explain this. You see, normally, if I ask you, when does Krishna appear? What is the answer? Once in a day of Brahma. But is Krishna saying this from his own lotus mouth? श्लोक में लिखा है. ये नहीं बोल रहा है. So Krishna, I think Krishna is the best, how to say, what word I would use? But not I think, Krishna is definitely the best person who knows how to speak and what to speak. Which clause to use, he knows very nicely. Because if you say, Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita, you told only once I come in a day of Brahma. How did you come before? No. Yada yada hi dharmasya. Whenever and whenever. That's quite interesting. That's why Krishna is most intelligent. Krishna can come here now, even right now. Actually, when we chant Hare Krishna, we are assisting with Krishna. कुछ समझ ना कितना brilliance है ना कृपान का. You cannot, nobody can challenge Krishna. I wanted to be a demon. I thought you won't appear now. So I was thinking I had some liberty. But how you have appeared before? What is this? आपका तो scheduled time से पहले ही आ गया. Krishna, no, I have not said that only once in a day of Brahma I can appear. I can appear any point of time. समझ रहे हैं बात? He is not bound by for coming and not coming. A person who goes to jail is bound from time to time. But Prime Minister can come today and he goes back to his home and tomorrow again he can come. Now is very clear. Whenever the Prime Minister wants to come and check the jail, you can't stop him. समझ रहे ना मेरी बात? तो ये तो सुना ही आप. You have heard that Krishna appears only once in a day of Brahma, but he is not forced to behave like this. Force नहीं है. और नहीं भी आएंगे तो रोक नहीं सकते आप. I mean, if he does not come also, I'm just saying a theoretical thing. If he does not come also, you can't challenge. Hey, इतना time हो गया, आए क्यों नहीं? You are so late. Why you are not coming? Because people challenge. There is so much sin going on. Where is God? Why God is not descending? I give a simple answer. Very, very thoughtful answer. You think others are sinful. But as per Vedas, you are also sinful. And when Krishna descends, and if he kills you, then will you like? कुछ ग्रहण कर रहे हैं. Some people maybe boozing बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं, शराब पीते हैं. So for them that is not sin, but if somebody is eating or eating meat, that is sin. I'm giving example, or any other thing. So Krishna killed all the demons. So now, as per your very sincere advice, if he appears as Krishna directly and he decides I will kill all the demons, and he say in the first number तो उसी का नाम है, in the list first name is this fellow's only, then would you like Krishna to appear? Then you'll say no, Krishna appear later on. You don't appear in Kali Yuga anyways, you appear in next Dwapar Yuga. So, and one more interesting point is that hear very carefully. So this will be challenged to you so many times, and you can answer. Krishna appears in the form of the name. You know why? Because the demon and the devotee is in the heart of every person. So if he cuts the head, the demon won't be destroyed. The demonic desires won't be destroyed. But the name enters through our ears, and like the Indian commandos, they do surgical strike. They will search for the six enemies, or the no, not I want to use terrorist, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya, and kill them and then save us. So do you feel like that all this lust, anger are like terrorists? Not only terrorists, hijackers, they have hijacked us, We want to go to Krishna, but they hijacked. So the holy name enters like a commando and kills them. It's good, is it not? अगर हमारी गर्दन काट दिए तो इससे क्या होता है? If the neck was were slaughtered or whatever by Krishna, that doesn't purify a subtle body. And to certain extent, yes, but not to the degree the holy name purifies, is it not? So this is, we can answer that Lord has descended in the form of the holy name. Okay. But the word Srijami is significant here. You see, Prabhupada is not leaving. Prabhupada is not leaving. They're taking it. Wherever there is little bit scope of interpretation of Mayavad, the Acharyas will bang on target. They will not leave it. Srijami cannot be used in the sense of creation, because according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form or body, since all the forms are eternally existence. And what the word was, Avyaya Atma was the word. Ajopisan Avyaya Atma. And we have heard the word Atma means body, Atma means intelligence, Atma means many things, is it not? Body, intelligence, mind, determination, effort, and others also. But these 5 things we see in the case of the Lord are eternal, inexhaustible. So this we have discussed. So now you see, as we are progressing, I am taking the backup from previous discussions. So if you know that, then it becomes easier to follow this discussion. अरे Zoom में तो सब सो गए. ओह ठीक है, सो जाओ बेटा, सो जाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Although the Lord appears on and you will see how Prabhupada will only follow Gita Bhushan. Although the Lord appears on schedule, therefore Srijami means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. Okay, that is very simple. Sun manifests himself as it is. Finish. Although the Lord appears on schedule, namely at the end of the Dwapar Yuga of the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu in one day of Brahma, he has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulations, because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. This is very beautiful. I mean, I think this point you are aware only that once in a day of Brahma, 7th Manu and 28th Yuga cycle, Lord appears. This you can easily understand. But Sachidanand Maharaj takes it in the context of the holy name. It is very inconceivable to us that the Lord descends in the form of his holy name. Every time we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Somehow I want to share this. Maybe I should not share, but I want to share this. Maybe before this Ekadashi, my mind was very much disturbed by certain anarthas. And I was pondering over it, how to get over this. Simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. This was a beautiful test Krishna has given me. I can't do I could not do anything to get over that anartha with all my shastric knowledge or intelligence or whatever. And you just keep on chanting like mad person, chant Hare Krishna constantly. And then you say, oh, ऐसे गायब हो गया जैसे गधे के सर से सींग. It just disappears as if the horns of a donkey. Do donkeys have horn? No. So that is how it is there. I still remember a very beautiful pastime of Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj was fighting with, in the same context I'm saying, because it has context with Krishna's names. Dhruv Maharaj was fighting the Yakshas, and he was very powerful. And Yaksha immediately created an illusion where the clouds were there and so many people were firing arrows on it like that. It was actually an illusion. And Dhruv Maharaj, momentarily he became bewildered, and then the rishis appeared. That's good. You always need friends because you may tend to forget what you're supposed to do. So then he says, you remember the Lord Vishnu. And then if they speak the famous shloka, Hari Smriti Sarva Vipad Vimokshana. It's beautiful, beautiful. I mean, whenever I speak, I feel romanchika, not komprashu, but romanchik. It's very nice. Hari Smriti Sarva Vipad Vimokshana. And he remembers Krishna and then he uses arrows, zoo, 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 and all the illusion is. So you see, we have the greatest astra, but sometimes we tend to think, अरे चलेगा क्या? चलाओ तो सही, चलेगा बिल्कुल चलेगा. We may think that it may work or not work. I'm just saying, by inconceivable mercy, Krishna is descending, Srimati Radharani is descending on the form of His holiness. Don't hold yourself back. I'm just reflecting since few days, that maybe I'm holding myself from chanting Hare Krishna. Since many years I was holding myself from chanting Hare Krishna, like really, 16 to karte hain, but there was a blockage in the mind. And this Ekadashi has kind of benedicted me. I feel, yes, we can chant more. And I think the devotees who chanted with me in the night time yesterday, they must have felt something in the morning, is it not? Some energy was there today, something was carrying over. So the more you chant, the more you become freed from all these terrorists to chant more. Anyhow, I wanted to say something about chanting Hare Krishna. Oh, Priya Shravashri Mataji also is confirming. So like that. So what do we do? Is it not? We waste our time in the night. एक घंटा waste करते हैं, घंटे में 8 हमारा extra. 8 o'clock class finishes, we chant Hare Krishna. No obligation. Anyhow, why I'm saying this, why I said all these things. You cannot say Krishna cannot come on my tongue. That's what I wanted to say. Just like Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you cannot stop him from descending to the material world. You can't say Krishna cannot come on my tongue. Krishna. The name Nami is not different. I may not be able to understand, but Krishna is coming. That should be the faith and mood of a devotee. Otherwise, how my heart is getting, how my illusion is getting destroyed. So I'm telling you, you can take the, how to say, you can do all the counseling from your counselors, how to, but only how to is chant Hare Krishna mantra. The more you chant Hare Krishna mantra, all the illusion, everything will go away. Okay. Whenever you feel some adharma, okay, now let us put it like this. Whenever you feel that some adharma is rising in your heart and dharma is going down, or sense of dharma, you please call out to Krishna and like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Krishna will come and he'll destroy all that dharma. ठीक है ना? He therefore appears by his own will whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion. Again, take it in the context of the holy name. When we desire to chant Hare Krishna, then Krishna is personally coming. It's not that we are chanting Hare Krishna. My dear Zoom devotees, are you able to understand this? Don't ever be proud that you are chanting. Always think Krishna is kindly coming so many times on my tongue. Never become proud on this. Chant as much as you want unless your tongue may come out. Just, but never think that you are chanting. We cannot chant Hare Krishna. We can only desire. This is called Sevon Mukta. Oh Krishna, I want to serve you by, I want that you should come on my tongue. ये चीज हम हो रही है. This is what is happening. And then Krishna comes. Now you may say, Prabhuji, my heart is filled with so many bad things. अरे तो वही तो कृष्ण कह रहे हैं यहाँ पे. Krishna is not afraid of your adharma. Krishna is not afraid of your anarthas. कुछ समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? ठीक. कृष्ण बड़े बड़े असुर से भी नहीं डरते हैं. दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तानु भृंगम. So Ravan Antakar. Okay. Krishna kills. So with that mood, we should chant Hare Krishna every day, and then you'll see how things will take that down. Doesn't anything else works? ठीक है. सहायता मांगने में क्या दिक्कत है? When the fire extinguisher is ready to help you without any fees, what is the difficulty in calling him? And the house, any house on fire, what is it? Sansara vishanale more hriday sada jale. The desire for sense gratification is constantly burning my heart. अच्छा अच्छा आपका होता है. अरे सबका होता है. Don't tell me that you are not suffering. Everybody is suffering. I am not, anyhow, I will not. I have taken a sankalpa not to do any comments, but it keeps on rising when I see people are suffering so much because of some desires. Principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of Vedas makes one religious. So you must understand, any dharma, so-called dharma, which is against Vedas, will be, how to say, culpable for punishment. Is that the word? When people say, Prabhuji, they don't believe Bhagavatam, they don't believe this. Then but you must understand, Yamraj does not believe in your name. It's not that if I eat meat and say my name is whatever, somebody else, and then you can't catch me. No. Yamaraj is really Dharm Nirapeksh. Koob and his sticks, not his sticks, but Yamdutas are also very nearly Dharma, very nicely Dharm Nirapeksh. वो बिल्कुल न्यूट्रल है धर्म के प्रति, खूब पिटाई करते हैं. Anybody who does sinful activity, he will be beaten. You understand the point? You cannot say what I believe and what you believe. Whatever the Vedas have spoken, that is dharma. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of the Lord. Only the Lord can manufacture a system of religion. Is that clear now? We have a lawyer here. So now I cannot define what is 302, what is 320 or 420 or 201. Is it not? I feel this is not the law. Or who cares about your feeling? We'll talk about your feeling first to go to the jail, and then we'll talk about your feeling. Is it not? So that was very clear. One more lawyer has joined my group, Bhagavad Gita, some advocate from Pune. I'm happy. Julu, I will not comment. I'll hold myself. Because one lawyer I tried to preach in Bikaner, he never became a devotee. He agreed, but he never became a devotee. He was too much into whatever, his lawyership. But I'm just saying that Prabhupada gives the example of law. आपको कभी चलान तो हुआ होगा, is it not? You cannot say this, अरे ये rule कहाँ लिखा है? तुम लिख के आए हो? You will write and hold on. Hold on. This law is also not dharma. समझ रहे हैं? If the law, human law says abortion is okay, it is not okay. It is not okay. Law is also not dharma. But just the example is given, law cannot be written by you and me. कुछ ग्रहण कर पाना है. So don't think that if law allows something, that is dharma. ये भी थोड़ा देख लीजिएगा इस बात को. The king was giving a law as per dharma, Manu Samhita. कुछ समझ रहे हैं? हाँ, धर्मम तो साक्षात भगवत प्रेरितम. वो dharma is only that what Lord has given, not somebody's intelligence or something like that. ठीक है? So you understand why this, whenever Lord's instruction is impeded, then the Lord appears and then he establishes this. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord himself to Brahma from within his heart. My dear forgetful devotees, can you please quote that shloka? Anyhow, you are all muted, so I know you can't quote, but I'll say, you know that. जन्मादस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः. Know that? Tene, by him, Brahma Hridaya Adikavi. Brahma means the knowledge of Vedas was manifested within the heart of Brahmaji. So and then Brahmaji spoke, and through that this knowledge was disseminated. Okay. Therefore, the principles of dharma or religion are the direct orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. This is a beautiful line. What a great fortune that we know what exactly Lord wants us to do. Idam swanigamam brahman aveti madanushtitam adan megyanam aishwaryam swasmin bhavam chakeshava. Idam swanigamam brahman. You remember that shloka from Bhagavatam? Idam swanigamam. When the Lord understood that Srila Naradji as Dasiputra is executing the most confidential part of the Vedas, madanushtitam. He was executing that. Adan me Jnanam Aishwaryam. He gave his transcendent knowledge to me. He gives this mystical potencies and Sasmin Bhavam, his bhakti. Very nice. So this is why in Bhagavad Gita, it was amazing. When you study Bhagavad Gita, you don't have to study the whole Vedas. You get the purpose of Vedas finished. बहुत अच्छा बात है. The principles are clearly indicated. Because when we read other Upanishads, Krishna may not be mentioned in there. It's still not clear. करना क्या है? बहुत अच्छा बात है. मनमना भव मद भक्तो मदयाज इमाम नमस्कार. एकदम क्लियर समझे. बहुत सुंदर तात्पर्य प्रभुपाद जी. The purpose of the Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of the Supreme Lord, and the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender unto him only and nothing more. So clear? The purpose of the Vedas, many devotees may not know, is to bring up the belligerent, you understand the meaning? Or another word is revolting conditioned soul, who has a sense of revolt against the Lord, to become submissive to the Supreme Lord. Very simple. Because of this revolting attitude towards Krishna, you are suffering. So in order to mitigate the suffering of the conditioned soul, the Vedas are trying to educate the conditioned soul slowly to bring him to the point of surrender to Krishna. And then his miseries will end. So ये बात बोल रहे हैं. The Vedic principles push one towards complete surrender unto him. यही बोल रहा था मैं. Now you understand? And you see, can you see that every one of us know how to surrender? No, Prabhuji, we don't surrender to anyone. No, we are surrendering to our senses. We are surrendering to our mind. Is it not? We are surrendering to our family. But what are we getting out of it? Is it not? Not only nothing, we are getting misery. Even if we are getting nothing, it was okay. That is nishphal, without any fruit. But we are getting a vifal, we are getting opposite fruit of suffering. नहीं समझ रहे हैं? कौन तो बोल रहा था? Anyhow, you're getting this point. So I'm just trying to say that to mitigate the suffering of the conditioned soul, the Vedas are kind of pushing him, educating him that lovingly surrender your free will to Krishna. Clear? We go forward. And whenever such principles are disturbed by the demoniac, the Lord appears. So now, can you clearly understand dharma and adharma? What is dharma? To surrender to Krishna. That is highest dharma. And what is adharma? Anything which is against it. Anything. which is against it. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, then also people were worshipping various demigods and this and that. That was against bhakti also. So again, Lord descended. कुछ clear समझ रहे हैं ना बात? ठीक. From the Bhagavatam, we understand that Lord Buddha is the incarnation of Krishna who appeared when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of the authority of the Vedas. Although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifice for particular purpose in the Vedas, people of demoniac tendencies still took to animal sacrifice without reference to the Vedic principles. Lord Buddha appeared to stop this nonsense and to establish the Vedic principles of non-violence. Therefore, each and every avatar or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission, and they are described in the revealed scriptures. No one should be accepted as an avatar unless he is referred to by scriptures. Before we go forward, I just give a small clue. We have less time, so I can't elaborate much on it. But Vedas, you know that in Vedas there is a description of sacrifice of animals, but people were not caring for the purpose of the sacrifices. They were simply killing animals and eating them. Okay? Then Nindasi, what is it? Forgetting this shloka. But anyhow, so the Lord appeared. He said, if you don't have mercy, and he was knowing that these people are not following the tenets or principles of Vedas, they simply are engaging in the sense gratification, then better I don't accept your Vedas. Many devotees know this, so I won't elaborate much on it. I think just a point is Lord Buddha's purpose was to at least not allow the misuse of Vedas. He did not come to establish Vedas. He stopped the misuse of Vedas. How to say, nothing is better than the wrong thing. समझ में आ गया? And then later on the Acharyas came, they established the authority of Vedas and then further enunciated the principles of bhakti. Clear समझ में आ रहा है? So then the Lord will, the various incarnations of the Lord have a particular purpose that has to be understood through the Shastra. Some people say, if you accept Buddha as incarnation, then why don't you accept his teachings? Because that we are not supposed to accept. If we accept the teachings of Buddha, he says Vedas are wrong. Then Bhagavatam also is wrong as per him. You don't have to believe him. Then if Bhagavatam is wrong, then we don't accept him as an incarnation of God. Then why should we accept him anyhow? Follow the logic? Okay. He can, it is now a nice point. It is not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil. He can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere and whenever he desires to appear. Beautiful point. The Lord in the shloka does not appear, says that he only appears on Bharat Bhumi. You know what is the logic? Why Prabhupada is saying? Because many people will ask you or tell you, "Arey, sare avatar Bharat mein hi hote hain. All the avatars are happening in Bharat Bhumi only." You know why they say this? They say this because to indicate you people are making up avatars. कुछ ग्रहण कर रहे हैं. But it's not like, समझे इनका आशा समझ रहे क्या नहीं? Their intention is to speak that you Indians are, how to say, faithful people. भोले क्या कहेंगे? Innocent people, and some people are telling you, and that's why you accept somebody's avatar. But you see what Prabhupada said? Avatars are only accepted on the basis of scriptures, not on somebody's whims and fancies. Clear? Okay. And also the Lord will manifest himself to the degree people can understand him. To that degree he will establish dharma. Dharma is also established to the extent a person can accept it. समझ में आता है ना बात? In each and every incarnation, he speaks as much about religion as can be understood by the particular people under their particular circumstances. I heard this and I feel very awkward in speaking all this, but devotees preach and then they mention that in Muslim religion, it is mentioned that you should not have marital relationship with your sister, or not even marital, any strange relationship with your sister and even mother. That has to be spoken. So you can understand, if that has to be spoken, that means that was being practiced. And this is exact some shloka like that. We have read in ISKCON Pune's book. That's quite, we don't want to elaborate further. So that means that also had to be spoken to them. So then you can understand how much degraded. situation can be. Or just like Buddha had to speak, don't accept Vedas because they were too much attached to meeting. So this decline of religion is not in one particular named community of Muslim or Hindus. It can happen in any situation, in any place. I'm not saying about Hindus or Muslims or Christian. Anywhere, anywhere. But the mission is the same, to lead people to God consciousness. So is it understood? He is told, you do this much dharma, because he can only practice that much dharma. And that much dharma is told so that he can make further advancement. And then he makes further advancement, then higher principle of dharma will be explained to him. But the highest principle is surrender to Krishna. But the mission is the same, to lead people to God consciousness and obedience to the principles of religion. ठीक है, उद्देश्य clear है. Sometimes he descends personally, and sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in the form of his son. That means, son means we remember what is that, Jesus Christ, or servant, Srila Prabhupada, and many others of his servants, or himself in some disguised form, like Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The principles of the Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna, and for that matter to other highly elevated persons, because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in other parts of the world. Are you able to understand this point? Bhakto simi sakha cheti rahasyam he etad uttamam. You are my dear devotee and you are my friend. That's why certainly you are like that. That's why I'm giving you this highest knowledge. Okay? Just like I am speaking this Bhagavad Gita to our devotees. It's not an easy thing to understand Bhagavad Gita. I must tell you already this point. If you were not chanting Hare Krishna, you could not understand these things. What appears very easy for you, you please try to explain to new people, and then you understand how difficult it is for them to understand. Even to understand that we are not the bodies, theoretically. ग्रहण कर रहे हैं ना मतलब. I have seen it so over. Even to the basic principle of human beings and animals, that also is difficult to appreciate. ठीक है ना? 2 + 2 = 4 is a mathematical principle. And that is true in the beginner's arithmetic class and in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics. Okay? Prabhupada gives an example. In all incarnations of the Lord, therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. The higher principle of religion begin with the acceptance of the 4 orders and the 4 statuses of social life, as will be explained later. This refers to the Varna and Ashram system. The whole purpose of the mission of incarnation is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances. So what did we learn? Yeah, this is a very important point. As all of the devotees can understand, we have a mathematics scholar here. Give him the mic. Have you learned about imaginary numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you intelligent boy or not? I'll obviously say you are not, out of humility. But why were you studying about imaginary numbers? How many chapters were there for imaginary numbers? At least one.
Complex.
So
numbers.
complex numbers. You know, बाकी लोग पता नहीं. I can see some engineers here. Asim, hey, change your name. It appears anyhow. Leave it. Nice name. So Asim, no comments, no comment, no personal comments. I've taken this so difficult. You see, bad habits difficult to change. So you see, Asim Krishna, you must have learned 1 + I, root of 1 + I, and all that, is it not? I itself is imaginary. When it is under the box, what you get is imaginary only. And not only imaginary numbers. If I remember correctly, electrical. Who's electrical engineer here? Anyhow, Adbhut Krishna is electrical engineer. I'm not sure, but whole electrical engineering is based on imaginary numbers. If I'm not wrong, I बहुत चलता है वहाँ पे. I और माई नहीं चलता वहाँ पे. I और माई से बाहर ही नहीं निकलता. So now you see, if you tell a small kid, he won't accept it. What is -1? My dear Prabhu will tell, what is -1?
Minus. Negative.
Negative number. But 1 - 2 is?
-1.
अरे एक में से 2 कैसे बाहर निकालेंगे आप? So if you ask a small kid, एक में से 2 निकालो कितना बचेगा, तो he will scratch his brain. Maybe my teacher is pagal, How you can take 2 out of 1? But that also exists or not? So that's how I'm just elaborating on the point that 1 plus 1 is equals to 2 and 1 minus 2 also exists. So that will be taught in the later classes. Make sense? This is it may seem very simple discussion, but people will say, if there is one God, why there are different religions? Now you're able to relate to it. Very much relevant shloka, very much relevant discussion. If there is one God, why there are so many religions? Because people have different adhikar, different qualification. So the everybody needs to be, how to say, promoted slowly, slowly, like in a pyramid, pyramid. Everybody has to be slowly, slowly elevated in their consciousness. So ultimately, they reach the highest consciousness and become a surrendered devotee of Krishna. But immediately, everybody cannot jump. I asked the same question from His Holiness Vrindavan Chand Maharaj. When chanting Hare Krishna is so easy, why it's so difficult process of varnashram? So much austerity. Is it not stand in sun and in the heat and all those things? Very nicely. Maharaj said, give example. There's a dais means the platform. Somebody can directly jump to the platform, and some people have to go by steps. So if you just try it today, you tell people you chant Hare Krishna, they won't chant Hare Krishna. They will do all the Hako Dako. You understand Hako Dako? You will do all these things, Wah ha 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 Waha, but they will not chant Hare Krishna. अपनी आंखों से देखा हूं, I've seen in Jodhpur 1008 kundiya yagyas, or as soon as we entered there, it was so much smoke. Yeah, I was crying. What is that we sing? Shikshashtakam? Nayanam galada sudharaya. Constantly. So there is no pleasure and there is no purification of heart also, at least in a visible way. So you understand this point? Highest dharma is to surrender to Krishna. And you see, this is very good that we are somehow or other, by the mercy of Vaishnavas, have been pulled to practice the highest dharma. I'm so eager, somehow my voice is coming back, little better, is it not? To discuss 1.6.36 or something like that, where it is described there are various sadhanas within bhakti also, different motivations, different way, and you get different results. And somehow that we have been introduced to supreme bhakti and also the highest sadhana. So I think you understood it. Let's check if there are some questions and then we will stop here. Whenever we chant Hare Krishna, Radha and Krishna dance on our tongue. Yes. Even if you can't understand it. Nindasya yagya budhe ahaha sritijatam sada hridaye darshita pashukatam. Yes. Muslims marry their cousins. Yeah, whatever. I mean, even if they marry, that is acceptable, but not without marriage. So those instructions are also there. Yes, Prabhu. Speak in the mic.
Hi, Shabir.
Speak in the mic. Yeah.
During the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu incarnation,
Uh-huh.
at that time the king of India is the Mughals.
Yes. Mughals and some. Okay.
Mughals. So how much difficulty he faced?
No difficulty. When Krishna is, I think everybody understood now question that Mahaprabhu has no difficulty. You have asked the question. I want to tell a pastime that some people were planning. What is that? Shivas Thakur.
Yes.
That we will pull his whole home down and everything. So Shivas Thakur was really fearful. What will happen? So then Mahaprabhu knew, and he went there and sat on the throne of Vishnu in Shivas Thakur. Said, "Why are you worrying? Do you think he can do anything without my?" That actually the villagers said that we will call the Muslim people and then Muslim Qazis and they will destroy Shivas Thakur. Then do you think I am? He can do anything without my sanction? And they said, even if he comes, the Qazi comes, I'll call his prophets to come. I said, and I'll ask them, can you make this small girl who was in front of him? I'm not sure. Maybe it was Narayani, the nephew of or niece of Shivas Thakur. Can you make her cry out of love of God? And they can't. And in front of them, I'll make her cry. And then see, and then simply by Mahaprabhu's mercy, Narayani was raising her hands and crying tears, and manifesting the love of God. So Mahaprabhu was Krishna. Nobody can stop him. Rather, when Mahaprabhu was coming, so at one point, I think Ram Keli, yes, Ram Keli. And so many people were behind him. The Muslim ruler had a very nice and funny comment. I'm a ruler, and unless I pay people, people will not work for me. Quite interesting. But this prophet or this whatever beggar or sannyasi, he's not paying anyone anything, and so many people are following him. That means he must be something special. Then Sanatan Goswami, who is Dabir Khas, no, Sakar Malik, he asked them, "You are the representative of God. What do you think about him? You tell me." That Kazi or whatever that person was asking Sakar Malik, who is he so special? Then, then he said, "You tell me." Then he said, "I can understand that it is Supreme Personality of God." Is there Chaitanya Bhagavats mentioned there? It's like that. So Mahaprabhu had no problem. What question was asked? If bhakti is so beautiful, why so many paths are there? Because people don't have that adhikar. People don't have that adhikar. But by the mercy of Vaishnavas, anybody can accept the path of bhakti. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji,
Mahaprabhu had no problem. Vaishnavas had difficulty, but Mahaprabhu had no problem. You know that Kazi wanted to stop the Sankirtan, and I think you don't know this. When Mahaprabhu actually did this, what is that, civil disobedience Sankirtan, it was not only the people of Navdeep were participating, even the demigods were participating. So Mahaprabhu is not fearful. Rather, you know that pastime when he goes to the Kazi's place, and then Mahaprabhu is very Kautuki. Kautuki means very funny. He says, earlier you were disturbing our Sankirtan. Now why you are not disturbing? So then Kazi says, there's something very confidential. I can't tell in front of everybody. So he said, no, these are my people. So then he said, when my people actually disturbed, then the night time one person came who was Narsingadev, and he did not know the name, but he recognized the form. Contact with the Lord in the form, name, quality, pastime is good. So he saw the form of Narsingadev tearing apart his chest, and then he was very fearful. And then anyhow, Narsingadev said, "Your offense was not so much. My voice looked like Narsingdev's voice. No, but I'm trying to simulate your whatever. Your offense was not that much. So I'm leaving you now. But next time, if you give trouble, then I will kill you with all your family members." So then he became peaceful. I'm not peaceful means fearful, and he said, "Okay, okay." Then he became a very nice devotee also. Yes.
Prabhuji, as we have heard, ki people are gradually moving upwards towards to surrender the Krishna consciousness, to accept Krishna. So means like we can understand ki in many countries the people are following Buddhism or the Christianity, and people are really the pure we can say them the
Pure
devout
followers.
yeah, pure followers. They are worshipping them. So might be they are also means in the path of bhakti to surrender Krishna, or they are can liberated from there. Like Buddha is also an incarnation of
You see, you
Krishna.
cannot be liberated unless you serve Krishna. So now, if they actually follow, the problem is the preceptors themselves are not teaching. I don't know if one devotee here was practicing Buddhism. Anyhow, so many people in Buddhism are eating meat. Now, what kind of following that is? See, in Christianity, it says, "Thou shalt not kill," and they kill billions of cows. What kind of following that is? So, dharma cannot be established unless we follow ourselves. If I don't chant Hare Krishna, how can I tell you to chant Hare Krishna? If now you see me going out in a restaurant eating, then how can I say, don't eat anything except prasadam? So, so I'm just saying that people have to very dangerous. Very less people actually follow whatever has been told. Rather, they change the books in themselves. Okay, okay, so we shall stop here. Very important program after now. This I hope. So we will not mention in the class, but you know that program. अरे तुमको पता है महाप्रसाद को पता है एटलीस्ट नहीं एक महाराज बोल रहे थे ना वो श्लोक एक मिनट यार, लाइव पे नहीं, वो श्लोक जो आप याद करते हैं वो